I'm still doing shit. I'm still getting set up. I'm late. I'm a bad live streamer. We're plugging this shit in so we can go for a walk later. Somebody's here. Hold on. We got these new incense, these musk incense. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice, brother. Who's here? It says somebody's here. You're lurking. Lurking in the shadows, bruh. Got 3 homies. Hi, guys. Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Devin. Even though I probably know you. We're gonna hang out for a little bit. Talk about weird shit. Coach! Hey! Client! What's up, Jolie? How you doing, homie? Dude, I love that link you sent me. That's a videographer, right? That's who you sent me? Oh, we got the hearts. Who's that? Is that my mother? Well, we're gonna bring this a little closer. Get a little bit more intimate and personal. What's that getting in it? Oh no, we chilling. We big chilling. We big chilling. Look at that. Yes. Nice. I knew it. You said you're talking to him tomorrow? I wonder what the price is going to run you on that. I bet you it's not going to be bad, but whatever it is, I bet you it's going to be worth it. Because getting that event recorded is going to be huge, Jolie. You'll be able to clip it up into so many different... I'm sorry, when I first saw you asking. Oh, you commented on my thing. Oh my god, Jolie, that's another thing. You wouldn't come up to Maine to see my one-day event, would you? That's cap, bro. There ain't no way. I'd feel bad, man. Hey, Charlie, what's good, bro? Thank you, dude. Hold on, we gotta redo my hair. Oh. Thank you, homie. I love you, Charlie. How you doing, man? We got 5 homies. Hi, guys. Hello. Steve says, I love you too. Oh, you're so sweet, brother. Dude, what's going on here? Oh, we got a bunch of homies. Hi, guys. Welcome to the live stream. We're just getting going here. No, don't start. Don't start, Charlie, with that stuff. You know Oliver Tree? Yes, I do. Do you know Oliver Tree? I'm just kidding. I know you do, considering you just asked. Are you gay? I'm not trying to be mean. Before I answer that question, I want to know why you're wondering. Depends on how big my chickens are then. Yeah, I mean, it probably wouldn't be until October. Maybe in October. We'll see. I'm going to Sedona in October, so I don't know what the timeline on anything would be. No reason. No, there's got to be a reason. Like, you don't just pull up into live streams asking if people are gay, do you? I mean, maybe. It's a little sus. Rest in peace, Oliver Tree. Yeah, rest in peace, man. That sucks. He was a cool guy. Of course, like many people that pass away, I didn't listen to him or even get to know him much as a person until after he had passed away. And yeah, he was a character, man. So Jolie, you're telling me you would fly, even though you hate flying, you would fly up to Maine to come see my event. What's your favorite song from Oliver Tree, bro? Chelsea York. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable reading that comment, dude. I feel like you're rage baiting in some kind of way. I loved Oliver Tree even before he passed away. Oh my little baby. Oh my little baby. Hey, Inaz, what's up, homie? Good to see you. My bad, bro. Yeah, you're good, man. If my chickens let me, just bring your chickens. Cowboys Don't Cry. That's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, Cowboys Don't Cry hits different now, for sure. I also like Life Goes On is good. And then Hurt is good. Also, the OG one, it's an old school one, When I'm Down. My head blows up when I'm alone. That shit's fire. Which kitty is that? This is Arabella, my little baby. Your cat is cute. Thank you. Are the cats chill or needy? My cat, Leela. They can all be needy in passing at different times. Hey, what's up? Big bucks and ducks. Good to see you, brother. No, all my cats can be needy at times, but for the most part, they're all very chill. And they also shed a lot of hair. Oh my god. As you'll see in some of my content where I'm wearing dark colored shirts and it's just coated. Wait, my name is Arabella. Ain't no it ain't. Whoever can guess where I got the inspiration to name my cat Arabella, I will literally give you like $5. I will give whoever guesses where I got the inspiration to name my cat Arabella, I will literally give you $5. Just message me on something and tell me your fucking Venmo or Cash App and I'll send you $5. Do you hunt or fish? I used to. I stopped hunting and fishing around like 16 because I got into like spirituality and stuff. I basically, long story short, I kind of became a hippie a little bit, a spiritual hippie. And I started to realize that it's, in my opinion, like I don't need to hunt. And so I didn't find it fun anymore to murder deer. And same thing with fishing was the way it was for me, where like I just kind of stopped having a good time murdering fish and like ripping their guts and lips apart for fun and being like, you know? Yeah. No, that's just where I stand. I mean, if I needed to, I would, and it's okay. But it's when you do it for a sport that it's a little bit sus, in my opinion. Look at all the wonderful happy campers we got here in the chat. What the fuck are you talking about? Says Karina _ great. Well, I'm kind of just talking about whatever comes up in the chat right now. Nobody is making any guesses toward from the Bible. Nope. Nope. That is an incorrect guess. By the way, I need new people here. If you can guess why I named my cat Arabella, where I got the inspiration, I'll give you $5. Hello from England. What's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. We're just getting the gears turning in here, brother. Just getting going. By the way, yes, what the hell is going on here? Wonderful question. That's what I was just about to answer. My name is Devin. I'm a YouTuber and a coach. I teach spirituality and self-transformation and manifestation and that kind of stuff. And every Thursday, I go live and hang out with my beautiful community and also meet the newcomers and the sometimes strange people that come through these live streams, as you'll see if you stick around. But no, we basically just hang out for an hour or so, talk about shit. I answer questions. We get in deep talks about God and spirituality and life and philosophy and all that fun shit. So yeah, if you have any questions about anything about that, like psychology, spirituality, even religion, which seems like something I talk about a lot, or any of that kind of stuff, don't hesitate to drop the question. If you're interested in manifestation or law of attraction and that kind of stuff, that's my jam, baby. But yeah, we're basically just here to hang out for a little bit. How many spirits are dead? I don't know what that means. What are you transforming to? If you're referring to the self-transformation statement, that basically just means self-development. It's another word for self-development. Transforming your life via yourself. You know what I mean? Learning how to transform and change your life. Gay, says Viking football. Orange Kitty, yeah, that's my baby. Do you believe in Jesus? I believe he was a person. Yeah, for sure. Double tap the screen. Oh, Sonia, I saw your comment. Are you getting ready to troll, bro? Your comment, I think it glitched out. It just said this. Means yielding to prayers? What does that mean? Got Krishna necklace. Yeah, I'm beat it out, bruh. Transforming into a better self. Yes, exactly. Yep, I basically teach how you are a co-creator in your life. You're not a victim to your life. I don't know if you feel like a victim of circumstances and stuff, but I have a little bit of a wake-up call for you. Your circumstances are your responsibility. Just saying. That's one a lot of people don't understand, and it's one of the things that people are reluctant to hear. It's a hard pill to swallow, that your circumstances in your life are your responsibility, and if you want to change your life, you need to change yourself, right? Because you are where you are in your life for a very specific reason, and that reason is none other than the sum total of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. You can think of like your circumstances, where you live, how much money you make, the situation you're in your life, your relationship, if you're happy or not, all this kind of stuff is a sum of your actions and a sum of who you're being. The life you're living is a reflection or a projection of who you're being. And when you change your mind, you change your life, baby. It's just the way it works, And so when you become a different person on the inside, when you start changing who you're being on a fundamental level within, when you start thinking differently, feeling differently, choosing to be the person you want to be, in time, your life will begin to transform. That's so funny you call it new age crap, because what actually is super new age about me saying that when you change who you're being, your life will transform? What's so far out and hard to understand about that, bro? New age manifestation? It's not. Manifestation is one of the words that gets a bad rap because, kind of rightfully so, people, I'm gonna manifest it, but I don't teach that kind of nonsense. I basically teach about self-image and how who you're being is why you're where you're at in your life, And when you change who you're being, you change the position you're in your life. Did you know you can choose to make more money? Did you know you can choose to put yourself in the optimal position to get in a healthy, loving relationship? Did you know you can choose to have a physically healthy body? Did you know you can choose to be a person who is more aligned with what you want to be doing in your life? It's up to you, right? There ain't much new age, far out, mystical woo about that. It's actually very basic, fundamental psychology. Yes, I know that's common sense. It ain't common, brother. It ain't common. If it was, I wouldn't need to be here being a content creator talking about it. I don't know about you. I don't know what world you were raised in, but I was not raised in a world where I was made aware that the way I think, feel, and act creates the reality I'm in. And if I change the way I think, feel, and act, I can change my life. I was raised in an environment to think that it's just the way it is, man. You get a job, make money, call it a day. People don't think about this shit. People don't use their heads. Hold on, I'm reading all these comments. I can't troll you. No, you can troll me. Are you the dude who trips on DMT? Yes, I used to be that dude. What a reputation. Can we see the cat? Yes, here's my little baby right here. Jesus loves you. There's a lot of comments. Have you ever been in the astral plane? What would you define as the astral plane? You seem content, happy for you. Thank you, bro. Are you a Gnostic? What does that mean again? I don't know. I forget what that means. Oh my god, dude, thank you. Thank you for the donation, bro. It's simple. I see kitty, I buy kitty treats. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. We're getting a bunch of chats. I see this chat that says, why do you only notice the negative comments out of all the previous ones? Well, it was because I was talking about something in particular and just touching on it. But now I'm catching up now. You're referring to magic. Really? What, like the thing I just described as manifestation? Are you into some type of new age shit? Not really. Everything I teach is actually very, like, old. This isn't new stuff. And that's another thing that kind of goes against the grain of how it's not really common sense, you know? You a spiritualist or some type of guru for yoga? No, I'm just a content creator. I talk about what I'm passionate about. I talk about the stuff that feels of value to me, and I feel like it's of value to add and offer to the world, and people love it, man. People love it. And also I get to do this for a living, you know, which is wonderful. That's another beautiful thing, is like, did you know you can do what you love for a living? I study different religions. You seem very Gnostic. Yeah, what does that mean again? I'm sorry, there's a shitload of comments coming in. Ah, yes, New Age, so descriptive. I know. I don't even really know what that means specifically. What is the purpose of life? To answer that question. That's the purpose. There is no built-in meaning. I mean, I feel like on a very deep level, this universe is not an accident. We're all here for a very specific reason. And to me, it's to move through the work and to become a good person. To become a healthy, loving, integrated, aligned individual. You know, but nobody's going to come and tell you what the purpose of life is, you know. It's kind of for you to discover independently, which is beautiful. Why are content creators so stupid and narcissistic? Oh, God. Oh, God. No spamming, y'all. Are people spamming? I think there's just a shitload of chats coming in right now. It's unexplainable in text. It's a very complicated philosophy. I do know that agnosticism is about, like, admitting or like saying that you don't know. Like, you don't know what the answer is. You don't know what the purpose is. You don't know what the universe is. God bless everyone. Do you know who Cat's Eye is? No. I see that's your name, though. When you dream, that's the astral plane. Any spiritual leader knows about the astral plane. Whether they go in the upper or the inferior plane is something else. I hope you don't think I'm a spiritual leader. Like, I'm just a dude like you guys, you know. The only difference is that I'm live on YouTube and you're just in the chat. But I'm just like you. I'm just a dude living my life, you know. But if you're asking if I've ever been in the astral plane, and then you say that when you dream that's the astral plane, then yeah. I'm Bosnian. I have no fucking idea what's happening in the US. I have no fucking idea what's happening in Bosnia. I have a cat, and her name is Sunset, and she looks just like your cat. Oh, that's so sweet. Gnostic is a philosophical ideology that separates the physical world / materialism into a spiritual view. I guess I kind of resonate with that a little bit. I don't see spirituality and the physical world as separate. I mean, maybe that is what Gnosticism is. How does suffering work into the purpose of life? That's a very good question. You ever noticed how it was the hard times that really taught you? And like, you wouldn't have asked to go through that horrific thing, but it tends to be the most painful experiences in our life that shape and mold and transform us the most, you know? And if we all just had a ball all the time, we probably wouldn't learn much along the way. But then we experience loss or setback or failure or misfortune and all these kinds of painful things that can happen. And those are often the most powerful catalysts for our transformation. And I feel like the suffering in the universe is functional. Like, a lot of people say, if God was real, why is there all this suffering? And in other words, to put it simply, what they're saying is, if I was God, I'd make everything awesome all the time. Now, the way that I look at it is, what if God or the universe or the divine or whatever the hell you want to call it understands things on a deeper level and knows that what it's going to take to get you to become a healthier, deeper, more connected and integrated individual is to undergo things that you might not have wanted to. Like, you know how when your kid wants cake, but they probably shouldn't have cake, and you say no, and then they throw a tantrum. That's good. They're gonna learn. Mommy was or daddy was watching out for me. Okay, it wasn't good to have that cake. It's not good for me. The pain that they induced in my life was functional because they had my best interest in mind. You know, so it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. I feel like suffering is catalyst for growth. But see, it's not as simple as suffering equals wisdom. That'd be nice if that were the case, because then the people who have experienced the most horrific stuff would be the most wise. But no, sometimes suffering equals cynicism and nihilism and I hate everything, fuck all this. You know, so there's another part of the equation in that, which is suffering plus a particular perspective equals wisdom. You know? So it's what you do with the suffering that changes you. You know? Like one person, you know, a loved one dies, and to one person it's the end of everything and they're just depressed and sad and grieving the rest of their life. But then to another person, it inspires them to go out and live their life and achieve the greatest things that they could ever set out to do, and to take every moment in stride and to not take things for granted and to enjoy every moment. Like, you see, there's a difference there. They both experienced the same painful moment, painful event, but they made something differently of it. You know? How do you suffer without coming a misanth? I don't know what that word is. Describe that. I don't know what that word means. If you tell me what it means, I'll be able to answer. I haven't seen you since high school. I feel like you're capping. Maybe not, though. I've met people I know in here. There's a lot of comments coming in, so I'm sorry if I'm missing your comment. Hey, Danielle, what's up, homie? Good to see you. Did you move up to Texas? Agnostic is a belief in God, but no answer to knowing if it's true. In a way, that's kind of everybody. Low key. Nice cat, lad. Thank you, bro. Okay, but do you follow any religion, any system or way of life, or are you more into speaking about anything you like? Stoicism, maybe. I don't belong to any particular religion. Hey, Charlie, thank you. I love you so much, bro. I don't belong to any particular religion, but I will say the religion to which I have the deepest connection to and relationship to is Hinduism. I mean, you can probably tell to some degree. I got fucking Buddhas and prayer flags, and I got Hindi on my fingers and shit. Hinduism was the religion that when I began studying it at 16 years old, it finally was able to make God and spirituality and the divine palatable for my Western-ass brain that had been raised by, kind of like just generic Christian ideology, like go to church and God is real, but I'm going to be an asshole the rest of the time, and Hinduism was what really allowed me to understand spirituality and God and life and myself in a very, very deep and transformative way. And it's actually why I'm even here right now, but I feel like everybody has a way through, to talk about it stereotypically. It's like a way up the mountain, Some people it's going to be atheism. That sits well with them. It makes them feel good. They sleep good at night, believing or maybe in their case, knowing there is no God. It's just a physical cosmic accident. I'm just here for a little blip and then I'm gone. That works for them. But then there's another person where Christianity and faith and Jesus Christ is like that lights them up and makes them happy and all that stuff. Other people, it's Islam. Other people, it's Hinduism, Buddhism. We all just have different avenues that allow us to live life in a productive, beneficial, and transformative way. And yeah, for me, spirituality is very much so one of those avenues. And I kind of take a broad approach to it all, but no, Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, and those kinds of things make the most sense to me, you know? But Hindus perform sacrifice. I feel like a lot of religions have sacrificial things. And also, I'm more so into the philosophy and some of the practices of Hinduism, but not like living the life of a Hindu, you know? What's your cat's name? Sure, her name is Arabella. I'm sorry if I'm not seeing your comments, by the way. Holy shit, bro's just spamming. I need this hangout tonight, no cap. Why? What's going on, Danielle? A misanthrope is a person who holds a general hatred, dislike, or distrust of the human species, human nature, or human behavior. That's interesting. Yeah, that's also, in a way, synonymous with, like, being cynical and nihilistic, you know? But no, hating human beings is, like, a much more specific. Basically just means a pessimist to the core. Yeah, right. That was actually kind of legit, what you just said. I don't remember what I said. What happens with your soul when you die? Well, I'll say right out the gate, I have no idea. But I have a feeling something happens. I don't think nothing happens, you know? Like, it's always so funny, you know, somebody dies and then they come back to life and they're like, nothing happens when you die. It's like, what part of you remembers that? What part of you knows nothing's happening? Is it that you don't remember anything? Or was it that there was this point of awareness that was acknowledging that there is no activity taking place? Because that ain't nothing. That's awareness of a lack of activity, you know? Think about it. That's like the philosophical shit. Your mindset is good because you admit that you don't know instead of being a fanatic. Yeah, I learned that really early on. I don't fucking know. I'm just a dude, just like you guys. I've had to tell people that. I'm just a dude, you know? I'm not, you know? I know that life is beautiful. I know that life is powerful. I know that life is magical. I know that life is a fucking blessing. Those things I'm very confident in. I know that I'm here to live an amazing, prosperous life of value and service. El Potato says, hi there, what's up, dude? I can attest that we returned because I remember previous lives. See, that's one of those things. I don't have experience in that. I know a lot of people that do. So I can't attest to what you're saying, but I don't doubt you. You know? You meet Jesus, and when he asks you, why didn't you believe in me? What do you answer? I would say, first of all, what's up, dude? And then I'd be like, I didn't know I had to. And then I'd be like, did you need me to? Here you are. Let's get on with it. Most near-death experiences, I hear people talking about darkness, snowstorms, light, and back to darkness. A lot of the near-death experiences I hear are very synonymous with like DMT experiences, which is interesting. Show that amethyst. Oh, God. Y'all want to see my amethyst? Y'all want to see my amethyst? Look at that bitch. Ooh! Oh, yeah. Hold on, I'll flex for a second. Beautiful fucking cutting of amethyst. Oh my God, I love it. Also, I got this labradorite. Hold on, we gotta get some light on that. Gets so much light. Yeah, look at that. Damn, that beam of light is fucking it up. Look at that. You see that? So pretty, man. Rock. I love rocks. Yeah. Let me show you some of my rocks. So, yeah, there's my amethyst. This is my bad bitch. I haven't given her a name yet. That's my labradorite. I got another little amethyst cutting over here. I have a little redstone thing. I don't have much crystals. I have a lot of plants, though. Labradorite. I thought that was your car name. Car or cat. You need him, and he needs your love. I think Jesus is wise enough and hip enough to understand that his love can be experienced in a myriad of different ways. Kind of like how a river or a body like the ocean, or a lake spreads out into different rivers. Imagine like Jesus' love is like a lake. And then there's a myriad of different rivers of his love in which you can experience in a myriad of different ways, right? I think Jesus is cool enough to understand that people can come to him in a plethora of different ways that might not even have to include his name at all. You should be Muslim. No, I shouldn't. I have a volcanic rock that can float on water. Isn't that called pumice? Good to see you again, brother. Hey, good to see you, bro. I don't know if I remember you. Christians act like Jesus will just pop up and shame you when you die if you don't follow their dumb rules. They do be acting like that too, which is highly unfortunate. You know what? You know what's so funny is I don't doubt that Jesus was a real dude. I don't doubt that Jesus realized some shit and started sharing it against the advice of everybody else around him. Like, you probably shouldn't say that. Jesus had an awakening and shared it with everybody. And that ended up being why he got crucified, and also why he got so many followers, because he shared something that went against the grain of the narrative, the mainstream narrative. Now, recognize this, appreciate this for a moment. Jesus was not a Christian. Jesus just had some shit to say, and everybody else went goo goo gaga. Oh my God, look at that! Let's build a fucking religion around this dude, and at the time, it was probably pretty cool. A following that implemented and shared his teachings. But you remember the game of telephone where there's a line of people and you whisper one thing into the person's ear and then they whisper that into the next person's ear, and by the time it gets to the last person, it ain't what you said at all. That is what most religion is to me. Is the prophets. They say something. They have something to share. Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, they all have something to share. And then generation upon generation of misconstruing and completely fucking up the entire message they had to share, you end up with modern Christianity, modern Buddhism, modern Islam, modern whatever. And I can see Jesus being like, oh my fucking God, when he looks at what Christianity has become. Jesus wants to be glazed or he will be big mad. I agree, he is a prophet for us. We know him like that. Everyone has their religion. Respect all people. I agree, 100%. Hi, I'm back. What's up, dude? I am Muslim and I don't want to force my religion onto someone. Like, okay, follow your own religion. Exactly. That's preaching to the choir, brother. That's what it's all about. You do you, I'll do me. We can talk about stuff, and if we're both open-minded enough, we can probably learn a thing or two about life and have a wonderful conversation in the meantime. You need to be Christian. You need to be Muslim. God isn't real. You're a fucking idiot. It's like, come on, bro. They all were trying to talk about greater morality leading to higher consciousness. Right, exactly. That's what I think too. Buddha coulda woulda. Jesus was a nice and wise guy like you. Thank you, bro. It's clear that in this life or the next, you'll eventually find the truth. Your open mind is a gift. Fanatics would be better off as atheists. See, here's the interesting thing about atheists. Maybe there's some in the chat here. You scientific, rational, realistic folk. A lot of them are fanatical atheists, where they say, there is no such thing as God. You're an imbecile. You just want to believe in magic, and that's all bullshit. It ain't real. It's just physics. It's all just a cosmic accident, man. Now, when you tell them God is real and they say, no, God isn't real. If you actually talk to a wise, sophisticated, grounded, down-to-earth scientist or physicist or this kind of stuff, and you said God is real to them, what they would say is, or if you ask them, do you believe in God? They would say, currently, no, I do not believe in God. I have no evidence or experiential knowledge to believe in God. And we have no way of proving that God is real. And so therefore, I have no reason or incentive to believe in God. But that doesn't mean there isn't a God. You notice how in that is, we don't know right now. Right now, with the way we prove things, with the way we find and collect evidence, we cannot concretely prove that God is real or that there's a creator. But that doesn't mean there isn't a God or creator. That's what a down-to-earth, wise, rational atheist would have to say, or scientist or whatever. But then you got the atheists over here, they're going, God isn't real. You know, they forget the part about how God could be real, we just can't prove it yet in the way that we prove things. You know? This guy has even more subs than me, and I would pay him to come talk on my panel with me. Well, hit me up, brother. Hit me up. Protestants didn't kill Christians. I don't know about that. Okay, man, this is your opinion, but to insult is not good. Have to respect people that think differently from you. I don't know if you're talking to me or not. I'm sorry if I said something that felt offensive, though. Hi, Devin, says Boulant. What's up, man? I'm sorry if I'm missing any of your guys' messages, by the way. There's a bunch coming in right now. I love it. Do you know what Has-Been Hotel is? This is like the 800th time you've asked. No, I don't. Not you, okay. I'd do a panel convo with you, man. So what is that? I've heard about that, and a bunch of people have wanted me to do that. I'd love to. You know he won't, though. No, hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram at Devin Gilliam. Or if, I know YouTube has, like, messaging now. So if somehow you can go onto my channel and then message me. Dude, I'd be down as fuck. Scream as loud as you can into your phone, and then I'll give you a gift. No. I think, like, 2 people talk or debate on a stream. Yes. Right. No, I'd be down, dude. Hi, you old fart. Dude, I'm 25, bro. And he avoids my questions. No, I'm just getting a plethora of questions. Have you read every chat and responded to everything in here? It's harder than it looks out here, guys. What'd you say? Okay, you believe in aliens and that Earth is flat, but people don't believe in God. That shows their true intelligence. Wait, you think I believe in aliens and that the Earth is flat? I believe in aliens. I don't fucking think the Earth is flat. Atheists mostly believe in string theories and the government. That's not what atheism is, and I'm an ordained minister. I usually describe atheism as just like that hard-edged, like, there is no God, you know? Atheism is a religion. Some people chose to ignore that the earth is round or that gravity is a hoax. Atheism are the same people. What do you mean? Oh, you think the earth is flat, Jeff? Uh-oh. That's not even close to what atheism is. I've been told that a couple times. What is atheism then? I was talking to another guy that was insulting somebody's prophet. Okay, you don't want to do nothing with him, but not acting nasty. I think I see what you're trying to say. Hey, brother, it's Prince. Oh, my God. Dude. How are you, man? What's been going on? I hope that's a good comment. I hope you mean 180 in a good way. You got to hit me up, bro. Atheism is a lack of belief in a God. It's not making any claims. Okay, so who are the people then that say there is no God? Sternly. Because that's usually who I lump atheisms into. And that's usually, the people who don't believe in God, like in my chats usually, are generally the people who think they know God isn't real. You know? Wait, party, hold on. What are you saying? Focusing only on what, not how anymore. Dude, that's what I like to hear, man. How's it been going? What's been going on? Definitely in a good way. Oh, dude, I love to hear it. That warms my heart, man. Someone that understands that religion is socially accepted insanity. Not really. It really isn't. Like, when you really get into it, there are a lot of fanatical, ignorant, arrogant, religious people that make fools of themselves and don't actually understand the depth of religion, of whichever one that may be, that they're involved with, you know? But no, it's there's depth to these things, you know? There's reality to these things when you actually explore them and look into them. What's the Band-Aid about? I actually cut my finger carrying that fucking massive amethyst into my house. Matthew McInerney said hi. What's up, dude? Flatists and atheists are the same people. They chose to ignore truth. The earth is round and gravity is a universal law. Just because you never went to space doesn't mean you have something to say. And something I think about is like you see all these like NASA or SpaceX and like all these hundreds of people working in these places doing these things. Is that all just a big fucking charade for you, for us? That's all bullshit. They're just there wasting their fucking time trying to make sure you think the earth is round and we're going to space because they're desperately trying to keep it a secret that the earth is flat. I tried. I have taught the Bible for 20 years. This dude hasn't studied this stuff, I promise you. What, me? No, I haven't even read the first page of the Bible, dude. Can you read my last comment? It depends on what it is. Oh, not gonna lie. There's a 99% chance that aliens don't exist. Or there's a theory that Earth is an ecological dead zone and nothing lives around us. We are basically in a desert. Where did you get that percentage? Is it because of, like, there's, like, if anything, there's a 99% chance that life forms like us may not exist. Because we need a very particular set of circumstances and oxygen and water and heat and all that food and all that shit protection from like we need an atmosphere and all that stuff. So there's a very good chance that there isn't a dude like you that looks like you, billions of miles away. But no, I think there's a very good chance that sentient life form can exist in different alien ways. Like that's what alien means, is not like us. It's alien. You know, so we may be a very rare type of life form that can exist in the mass of circumstances other than on Earth. But that doesn't mean that there can't be other forms of life that could exist with a different set of needs, you know, in order to, or conditions in order to live. What's up, babe? Yeah, everything has been working out since our call, from school, shows, finances, and job interviews. I have an idea we may be able to team up in the near future. I'll send you an email about it. Dude! Oh my god, you see me grinning reading that, bro. That means the world to me, man. I can't wait to chat. That's so cool, man. I was actually telling my mom about how you sent me that message. What was it? No more than a week after our call, you had that turnaround, dude, of the opportunity to what? Go out to LA for something. I forget exactly what it was, but it's interesting how that stuff works, man. NASA are definitely lying on a lot of things, but not that the Earth is round. It's a truth. Yeah. I don't doubt that there is probably like NDA type shit on a lot of what these people are doing, you know. It would be easier to go to the moon than lying about it to billions of people. That's facts. That's facts. I agree. Anonymous says, "Hey, what's up, bro? Because before life on Earth appeared, the galaxy was insanely chaotic and young, so there could be some bacteria on a planet, but not intelligent life. 99% of the time, it's bacteria." The Earth is definitely not flat. If you are really spiritual, you should go into the astral plane and keep going up. You will see that the Earth is round. Yeah, I don't think that the Earth is flat. Yeah, I definitely think the moon landing is fake. Yeah, it could be. Could be fake for sure. Oh yeah. No, did you know? So I think it was on the planet of Mars. And don't quote me on this. I'm just going to be paraphrasing. I don't remember it exactly. But scientists discovered organic material on Mars that has two possibilities of how it could have gotten there. Or I forget exactly what it was. They discovered something that is indicative of life on Earth. And there's two possibilities of how it could have gotten there. The first is that there was life on Mars. The second is that it's what they found on Mars is like a residue that can be caused by certain cosmic events, but the way they said it is that the odds that it were those cosmic events that caused this residue are very, very low. Meaning the most probable and likely reason as to why that stuff is on Mars is that there was life on Mars. Like they discovered this shit and there's only two ways it could be there. Either a really improbable cosmic collection of events, or there was life on Mars. Now they can't prove which one it is, but they found stuff that is indicative of there most likely having been life on Mars, which is really fascinating. How is believing in a God any different to when children have imaginary friends? In a way, it's not.
And that also comes into how not real are the imaginary friends of the children. What if children are able to tune into something that us realistic adults aren't able to perceive? I think reality is a lot more far out than a lot of us take or make it out to be. You know? I remember having a conversation. Sonia, you're so sweet. Thank you. Hey, yo, Devin, love your videos, and I genuinely do learn a lot. I've learned recently my anxiety comes from keeping secrets from my loved ones, and I unraveled them. I am doing so much better now. Man, that means the world to me. Isn't it a weight off your shoulders? Doesn't it feel so much better to be living in truth and authenticity? And I can tell you right now, if you get judged or ridiculed or abandoned or rejected for revealing those truths, all that reveals is that those people, those loved ones, don't truly resonate with who you are and the things you've done and the kind of person you are, right? And that means that you guys aren't meeting on that authentic level. Where, like, if you're getting any pushback for revealing yourself to your loved ones, that's more so their problem. So don't take that weight on your shoulders if anything bad or negative comes as a result of you being an honest human being, you know? Life showed up on Earth. Oh wait, there's a theory that Earth got its water from a collision with another planet. No shit, I think I've heard of that. Life showed up on Earth pretty much as soon as it cooled down. So do you agree Armstrong went there? I don't know. The moon landing from back then is like super cringy, and like they were just asking to get fucking ridiculed, bro. I don't know. I don't doubt that it could have been faked. Earth is flat, bro. Trust me, bro. I don't know, man. Yes, they hit me up later that same day we spoke. Oh, dude, that's so far out. I love it, man. Holy shit. It's been a wonderful chat, guys. The planet... I need to lean back. I'm like fucking sitting here like... Here, let me bring you guys closer. Real, the biggest theory is massive meteor showers from the Kuiper Belt that arrived to do some events, and those meteors were full of water. Could be the case, man. Have you ever heard the moon is hollow? Yeah. You guys call me fucking far out. Dude, I think the earth is fucking round. I don't think the moon is a projection and it's hollow. We probably went to the moon. I don't think NASA and SpaceX is all a hoax. Like, I'm a pretty fucking reasonable individual. I just live in a spiritual way. I appreciate nature. I appreciate creation. I've realized the power that I have in being a co-creator in my life and getting to lead my life in the direction of my desires. I'm able to connect with something beyond myself. I'm able to connect with like this deeper quality of wisdom in the universe, you know? But I'm not really that far out of a dude. What's far out to me is people who just fucking bum around like zombies, not with no thoughts between their fucking ears. That's far out. Sonia, oh my god, you joined as a member? Thank you, dude. Hey, Squirrel Sniper, what's good, man? Hot take. James Brown is the... Oh, I got incense smoke coming up in my shit. James Brown is the best live solo artist. I don't know what oat means. Are you... No, I'm not. So you're spiritual, not schizo. I can appreciate that, yes. I had a period of time where I literally thought I was going fucking insane. You know? In my early days of having had a spiritual awakening, I thought I was losing my fucking mind for a little bit. I was also taking a lot of acid and DMT, and that wasn't helping. It helped, but it wasn't helping at the same time, you know? NPCs will ascend at some point and individualize. I fucking hope so. It's so funny, Sonya. We were talking about you were like, oh, you're totally a hippie. And it's like, I guess in a way, kinda, a little. But also, like, there are people out here who make me look like a closed-minded atheist with how fucking thick they lay it on, you know? Try to find me. I'm shadow banned. You'll find all squirrel shooting. Wait. I don't think you're shadow banned. What's your username? I think individualizing and standing out from the crowd is hard for a lot of people. It absolutely is. Yeah, it's scary. It's a polarizing energy. Like just me being on this live stream right now. What's so funny is like, you like look at the amount of, yeah. See, like, are you one of those stinky hippies? And you got people like just making fun of me and talking shit and stuff. Like, being on a live stream is a relatively individualizing and polarizing thing to be doing, because I'm exposing myself to a bunch of random fucking people and being like, this is me, hi, what's up? And you look at the response. And you can see how when there's a great deal of pushback and negativity, it can push you in this direction of wanting to play small and wanting, oh God, they think I'm an idiot. Oh no, they think I'm a hippie. Oh, they're judging me. They think what I'm talking about is stupid. Oh no. Here, I'm just going to cram myself into this box to be what I think they want me to be in order to make everybody else happy. What fucking good does that do you? You will rot from the inside out trying to be what what you think other people want you to be. Because first of all, they don't give a shit they don't give a shit what you're doing. They'll hate you whether you are different, and they'll hate you if you're the same. You know? Be you. Just show up as you. And let the universe take care of the rest. You'll get haters, but you'll also get a lot of people that love you and like you and vibe with you. And you can rest assured knowing that when you're being you, the people who come into your life, those are your people. And the people who leave and judge you and talk shit, those aren't your people. It's a beautiful filtering process. I spent way too long trying to be what other people want me to be. I noticed you didn't answer the question, but went on some tirade. Oh, yeah. You were the one that asked that degenerate, brain-dead question. No, that was why I didn't answer the question, because I don't respond to bullshit, you know? Why would I respond to that question? I've met stinky hippies and ones that don't. No, I'm not. Do I look like I'm dressed like a stinky hippie? Come on. Maybe if I had like my fucking Baja fucking weird shit on, you'd be like, oh, he's definitely one of them patchouli BO boys. No, I'm not. I'm actually a very boring hippie. I was talking about that earlier. I'm one of the hippies that like, sometimes I'm no fun, you know? I'm not one of them, hey man, come give me a hug, dude. No, fuck all that. I'm good. Like, when I go to festivals and shit, bro, I think my community, like, my hippie friends, I can't stand them. Why do you think I asked, are you making an assumption about me? Well, when the first impression I have of you is, are you one of those stinky hippies? What the fuck do you want me to make of that? What am I supposed to make of that? What assumption could I have about such a statement? Imagine you eating Wingstop, then a gorilla comes and oh god. Can you read my comment? It's a fun black hole. Yes, let me read it. Another fun fact, if a black hole eats enough stuff, it shoots out 2 beams of energy that is rotating around it from its poles because of its magnetic field. It can stop or start creation. Yeah, that's fucking far out. Did you know, theoretically speaking, Pisces, yep. The fuck was that? Did you know, theoretically speaking, if you saw somebody go into a black hole, that was funny. If you watched your friend go into a black hole, what you would see, oh my god, you guys gotta witness this real quick. Look at my babies. This is what it's like having more than one cat. It's just a little lion pride. They're just loving on each other. Oh my gosh. Look at that. This is what life is all about. Some National Geographics. My little babies. You guys are so sweet. I think he's just missed most of my comments. I'll come back if I see him. I'm sorry, dude. There's a lot going on. And I'll read a comment, talk about it for 5 minutes, and then in that 5 minutes, there's 50 more comments. So I'm sorry if I've missed any of your guys' comments. But no. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you know what's up. If you watch somebody go into a black hole, this is a really fun little image for people who haven't heard it. If you watched your friend go into a black hole, they would pass this point called the event horizon, which means they can no longer come back. You can go up closer to the black hole, but then there becomes a point where you fall into it and you can't get away, and you will get sucked into it. When they pass the event horizon, you would see them moving, and when they pass the event horizon, they would suddenly stop moving. And then slowly over a period of time, they would turn more and more red, and then they would slowly just fade away. It's like, what the fuck is that all about? I did make a joinable stream, but only had 3 viewers. Did you make it vertically or horizontally? They might come out of the event horizon, but as Hawkins radiation, I don't know about that. That's cool. What are my thoughts on the Matsitsitsitsbupa? Devin, that's monotonic. Unable to go backwards, only forwards. What does that mean? If you stand near a black hole for you, seconds will pass, for others years. Yeah, that shit is so far out, man. Isn't it wild to think that when you look at something, what is it? Like if you look at something a light year away, what you're seeing is what it looked like a year ago, I think, right? What are you fucking giggling about over here, dude? Danielle, I'm so glad you're still here. Stinkbug Deity. They were probably making fun of my name, but I have a real channel. I'm just reading through some comments right now. Okay, I'm back. You a man or a woman? Take a guess. Take a wild fucking guess. You look like a guy who is nice. Thanks, bro. You funny, my dude. I can hear you saying that. You see other stars, how they looked hundreds of millions of years ago. Yeah, that shit is so far out. What are your thoughts on, how do you say that? Metzitsabapeh. You are non-binary. Okay, we got one guess. I still have the okay, hold on, come here. Come here. You see this baby right here? You see this little cat? Her name is Arabella. What are you doing? What are you doing? She poops all over me. What are you doing, sweetheart? You be careful up there. Come here. I don't trust you up there. Her name is Arabella, and she's kind of going crazy. If whoever can guess where I got the inspiration to name my cat Arabella, I will personally give you $5. You can message me and give me your Cash App, and I'll fucking send you $5. Whoever can correctly guess, though. If you can guess where I got the inspiration to name my cat Arabella, I'll give you $5 fucking dollars. I'll mail you a $5 bill and sign it. Humans are not that different from one another. I know. Something to do with yoga? Nope. Does it have anything to do with bananas? No, Jolie. Holy fuck, welcome. What an awesome opening line from you after what? 50 minutes? Did you just say your cat shit on you? No. This is a real life South Park character. Houndmouth song. Nope. Nope. You guys keep guessing. Keep guessing. Why is my cat's name Arabella? Where did I get the inspiration? Monotonic, a sequence or function where each successive term or value is greater than or equal to the preceding one. Isn't that like just sequential as well? I feel like people think they are different, but ultimately we are very much the same. Absolutely, Danielle. On a very deep and fundamental level, we are the same. From an animation. Nope. Nope. I'll give you guys a hint, okay? You want a hint? It's from a band. What band is it? Period poo. I love your aesthetic. The fuck are you talking about? It's giving. It's really giving. Arabella. Nope. That was so sweet. It was like she just responded to hearing her name. Arctic Monkeys. Yes! My man. Yep, I'll give you $5. I'll just give you a $5 discount, bruh. Yeah, hey, he got it. He got it, bruh. We only got one winner in the house. Arctic Monkeys, look at you guys. Where does consciousness reside? Is it in the body? Consciousness is everything. Everything is consciousness. This water bottle is consciousness. The sound of my voice is consciousness. Light is consciousness. Everything is consciousness itself. I think everything is made of consciousness. It's all just awareness, right? And the way to realize that is to discover who is it that's aware. That's the way to do it. Who is it that's aware they're thinking? I'm new. What's up? What's up, dude? Welcome to the live stream, man. Right now we're talking about is consciousness. We're talking about where does consciousness reside? That's a beautiful question. Good comment, dude. You're spouting nonsense, hippie. There's this wild thing where you can go like this with your thumb, like you were doing before you got here, and you can just leave. It's a powerful thing to do when you're consuming information that you don't like or don't agree with or whatever. Consciousness is where your body and your mind intersect. That's interesting. So the mind and body exist independently of consciousness, and when they come together, consciousness, that's where consciousness is. Yeah, toodles to the haters. That's interesting. No, fundamentally, on a very deep level, I think everything is consciousness. There isn't anything that isn't consciousness. You know, it's all of the same stuff. You know? But I guess on a more grounded, like, practical level, I think consciousness is something that the human body uses, right? Like, when a life form comes together and makes the form of a human body, it's kind of like when you wire when you make a TV and then you plug it in, it turns on. When a human body is developed properly, when it plugs in, consciousness is received by the body, but not. I don't think it's created by the body. I think the human body or the brain or whatever is a receiver of consciousness, or at least awareness or whatever. Hello, interesting chat. Thank you, man. Yeah, it is. We get a little wild in here. I think I understand black holes science better than that stuff. Yeah. Where does it come from? That's the $1 million question, man. I think it's always here. I think it's just a matter of whether it's aware of itself or not. It just is. But there isn't always eyes looking at it. There isn't always an observer of itself. And I think a human body is a very peculiar arrangement of matter and energy that allows for this energy or this fabric of reality that we call consciousness to observe its own creation. Does that make sense? Are we going walkies tonight? No, it's cloudy as fuck out. It's dark tonight. It's cloudy and it rained. It's not vibe central. Where does the ego come from interpreting the conscious different from others? Ego is a product of the mind. The differentiation is born within the mind. See, things can look different. Things can appear different. Like how we all look differently than each other. But we all possess the same looker. We all possess the very same fundamental awareness. Every single one of you and me, when we refer to ourselves, what do we say? We say, I. I. I is awareness. I am thinking. I am happy. I am mad. I am live on YouTube. I am watching a YouTube live stream. It's all I. That I is kind of like the eye. It's the looker. Now, what the eye is looking at is what's different. And in a human body, the I, or awareness, looks through a mind. And the mind acts like a filter. And the mind is kind of like a sum creation of all its experiences and everything it's been through and all its everything. The product of our personality, or rather, our personality is a product of our life and what we've gone through and how we were raised and our interests and hobbies and desires and all this kind of stuff. And that creates a seeming differentiation between you and me, where we have different personalities. But right behind that mind, right behind that I, or that ego, right behind that personality is the same I, looking. Think about it. When we turn in on ourselves and look at our own awareness, well, we're able to come to that place of recognizing the unity between us and everything, of all of us and everything else. But when you look out, you look through the mind and can get lost in all the differentiation that's created by the mind. Hey, you guys chill out. Oh my god, hold on. Guys. Enough. My cats are fighting. Have you ever had a night's sleep where you feel you were half awake and half asleep? Yes, absolutely. Look at all these degenerate comments. People being like, you don't know what you're talking about, hippie. Fucking, this is some bullshit. We got bro says Jesus Christ in his username. I wouldn't even be able to tell if you're actually a Christian or if you're just trolling. Nice crystal behind you. Thank you, bro. Anyways, how was your week, Devin? I had a wonderful week. I had a great week. I worked Monday and Tuesday. Today is Thursday. It's been a good week. Did you see my message about pain? No, let me double check. I've had a lot of dog shit comments. Okay, here it is. Not to change this. I'm sorry I missed your message. Not to change the subject. But what's your thoughts on pain? Since I was a kid, I've always heard pain is just mental and that people can block it out. This is something I'd love to hear your thoughts on. I've heard it put that pain is unavoidable, but suffering is an option. You know? And also you think about just like literal physical pain. There ain't no... I mean, I can get really far out on you and tell you that the reason we even experience physical pain is because we are tending to the body and tending to the pain with our mind, and there literally is a practice of withdrawing your mind from the body, where therefore the pain that the body is experiencing is not conceived of by you, and therefore you're not in pain. But I think that what you're talking about is like psychological pain, right? Clarify that a little bit more for me, as of the kind of pain you're talking about. Wait, what did bro say a minute ago? Bro's gonna say, this is some bullshit, and then say, what do you think about Jesus Christ? As if I should give you my time and attention. But no, clarify. Let me just read your message again. No, I was kind of talking about it earlier, of how it's the way both, but physical pain. Okay. I'm trying to think of how to share this with you without... Let me ask you this. Are you involved to any extent with spirituality and philosophy and that kind of stuff? Because I want to feel out how to deliver this to you without it making zero fucking sense. Because I could share a very, very, very far out perspective on the pain that you're physically experiencing, but I don't want it to be so far out that you don't even like make anything of it, you know. But yeah, are you involved with spirituality to any extent? Let me hear some wisdom. You look like you have something good to say. You missed it. I'm done being wise. I was wise for 78 minutes. Now I'm not. Please do with the far out. Okay. So in Hinduism, there's a branch of yoga called Ashtanga Yoga, which means 8-limbed yoga. It just means 8 different types or branches of yoga. Now, when we hear the word yoga, we usually think of like doing bodily positions and stuff. But see, that's only one branch of 8-limbed yoga. It's known as Asana Yoga. There are 7 other branches that don't have anything to do with doing positions with your body. Now, one of the branches of Ashtanga Yoga is what is known as Pratyahara, which means withdrawal of the senses, where the senses, where you withdraw from you withdraw your perception of your senses. You pull back your awareness of all of the information coming through the sense fields. Now, pain, physical pain and psychological pain, is a perception that's coming into your mind and consciousness via the sense organs. Sight, smell, taste, touch, hear, feel, all that kind of stuff. Think, even. These are all sense doors. These are doors of perception. And we have the ability to withdraw our consciousness from the sense perceptions. Now, a very simple way to think about this is when you ever been reading a book and there's a clock on the wall and the clock's tick, 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 ticking away, but you don't hear the clock ticking because you're so absorbed in the reading of the book. Now, the clock is still ticking. Your ears are still hearing it, but you're not busy listening because you've withdrawn from your hearing faculties because you're so absorbed in the reading of the book. That is a very subtle form of pratyahara in Ashtanga Yoga. Now, you have the ability to do this with every single sense door or sense avenue that you have. And when you withdraw fully from all sense avenues, you go into what is called in Hinduism as samadhi, which is a state of deep absorption in awareness itself. Now, physical pain is complex because physical pain is such a high, intense vibration that it pulls at your awareness. Like it sticks out like a sore thumb. It's not like your thumb is sticking out any more than it usually does. But because of the pain, your awareness of how much you hit your fucking thumb is very apparent. So pain is very complicated because it grabs our attention. Pain is very distracting. So it's very hard to block it out. It's very hard to come into a place of sort of mindful distraction of the pain. This is why people numb their pain. This is why people get addicted to drugs and bad habits and drinking and all this shit, because they don't have the ability or aren't aware of the ability that they possess to withdraw their awareness from the pain. But I can tell you right now, you could be laying on the ground, a crippled fucking mess, in agonizing pain, but you aren't in pain. The body is giving all the stimulus and the nerve endings are firing like mad of pain, 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 pain. But because you're not tending to the pain, there's no one home to be in pain. Does this make sense? Is this too far out? This is what I'm saying. And I'll tell you right now, just because I'm talking about this, I don't know how to do it very well. I've done it psychologically, but when it comes to like physical pain, that's a whole other beast. You know? Pain is temporary. Yes, that's another thing too. That's another thing too, is the acknowledgement that what you're experiencing now won't last forever. You know? But no, you don't have to be the experiencer of the pain. That's the far out part. Do you meditate? Not as like a fixed practice. I used to. A couple years ago, I meditated for like a year straight every day. But I don't do it anymore. It's boring. But I meditate when I need to. A good tip to deal with pain is to be with it a bit more longer. I like that. I like that a lot. Take narcotics, numbs the pain. Take psychedelics, reframes the pain. Yeah, but the person that was asking the question was referring specifically to physical pain, which is a whole other ordeal. Psychedelics very well could help you to reframe your relationship to the physical pain, though. Who the fuck is Whoopi Goldberg? I know that name from somewhere. Yes, speak about drugs. What drugs do you want me to talk about? Literally, as you just said that, I've got some crazy pain in my foot. You don't have to be the experiencer of the foot pain. The body is sending all these signals and messages, but you don't have to listen to them. And that's as far out as it gets, because if I fucking stub my toe or snap my fucking finger back, I would not be able to go, I can withdraw my awareness from the pain of... No, I'd be fucking screaming in pain. But what I'm talking about is a very real practice that you could do. And I could do it too. If we were to sit down and really invest ourselves into it, you could be in a position where your body is in agonizing pain, but you aren't. Like, you guys know the Buddha, the Buddhist monk that set himself on fire, and he wasn't screaming in agony? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The mind isn't connected to the body. The mind is independent, and when you train the mind, you can withdraw it from the perceptions of the body to such an extent where you're liberated from the pain of the body. You know? That monk that set himself on fire was so disconnected from the body that he was willing to use his body as a political statement. He was so not attached to even life that he was willing to give his life as a political statement. Far out. As a compassionate act, too. Thank you, man. I got you, bro. I hope that made sense. I know it's very far out and heavy loaded, but I hope that made sense. That would take a while to learn. Oh, yeah. And I don't think a lot of us will ever be in a place where we'd even want to learn that, or let alone be able to really embody it, you know? All right, I think we are nearing the end of tonight's live stream. It's been a wild ride, though. It's been fun. Lots of engagement, lots of beautiful conversation, lots of beautiful people. I make content very regularly on YouTube, by the way. For any of you that are vibing with me and resonate with me, we haven't really talked about it specifically on the live stream, but I make content about self-transformation, spirituality, psychology, manifestation, and all that beautiful stuff. So if you're vibing with me and you like me and all this kind of stuff, you should go check out the channel. And I bet you'd get a kick out of the content that I make. Old head. That's the second time I've been called an old head, bro. Usually people that talk about shit seem as if they're bullshitting and saying random shit. You had my full attention and made me think very deeply, even in ways I didn't know was possible. Yes. And that was purely on my intention. And I was giving you my full attention too in that. That was like really fun to share. So thank you so much for catalyzing that and bringing it out of me, man. And I'm so glad that you got something from that. And I hope some of you others, the other people here, got some as well. No, you cannot have my full attention. I can feel the rage bait and degeneracy in the comment. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But no, I appreciate you guys so much, the ones that have hung out and vibed with me. Any last words before I leave? You got a new fan and subscriber. Thank you, bro. How? I don't know. I'm just... If you were in my shoes, bro, when you read comments like what you just said, almost 2 hours into a live stream, you'd understand. Do you know my channel? No. Yeah, see, like, look at the comment above what you just said. Do you ever feel bad that you look like that? This is the stuff that is like everyday comments on these live streams. So I'm very hesitant, and my bullshit radar is always on when I'm on YouTube Live. And I'll certainly be around to pick your brain. Thank you, bro. And by the way, dude, I go live every Thursday at 7 p.m. like tonight. So I hope to see you in some future live streams, man. You are cautious, so that's good. Yeah, definitely. Definitely cautious. What I love is these live streams are a beautiful sampling of society. And people just reveal who they are. You know, that's why I don't give it any really time or attention at all. People just reveal who they are in the chat, and it's great. It's also not my problem. I don't gotta worry about it. I don't gotta worry about being like that, you know. Hey, your hair looks really good, by the way. Thank you. Are you trolling? I'm just kidding. I'm like fucking shell-shocked from all the hate. Do you actually think it looks good? No, I'm not good. GG's. Thanks so much. I almost want to rage bait you, but you pulled out the Uno card on me. I'm just so ready, bro. Do you think politics are just fake scripted reality? Kinda. I don't engage in politics at all. What's so funny, before I go, I'll just share this with you. People will be like, I've never voted. I don't engage in political discourse. I don't go to protests. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't watch the news. And people will be like, you're so uninformed. How do you even function? You know? And, they'll be like, you're not offering anything to this world. You're gypping the world of a voice. And then I just think, what am I doing right now? Like, these live streams and the probably thousands of hours of content that I've posted on my channel and the coaching that I do and the events that I host and all this stuff that I do, this is my political statement. I'm making a statement in a roundabout way, showing that no matter the state of the world, you can live the life you want and you can be the person you want to be and you can focus your attention on the most beneficial and positive things to you, and like what I'm doing, this is the most powerful political statement that I could possibly make, faker than money. Hey man, money's fake until you got a shitload of it, and then it's like, oh, I can actually do stuff with this, It's definitely made up, but they'll take it. They'll take your money if you have it, You can do shit with that stuff. Agree. Amen, brother. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Yo, what's up, brother? What's up, Nemo? I'm getting ready to head out, guys. Don't matter who. Oh, yeah. Haters have nothing better to do than hate. Exactly, dude. It's wild. It's wild. Imagine scrolling through live streams just talking dog shit. I want leprechaun money. What is leprechaun money? What is your cat's name? I have 4 cats. I'll actually show them real quick. Right here. We got Arabella. She's the mama. Yang. That's my little baby. Look at her loafing. She's almost ready to come out of the oven. Collie. She's sleeping. And then Leela, my little ma'am. That's my boy. When is your next live? I go live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like, I went live an hour and 35 minutes ago. Sonia's attention is my leprechaun money. God damn, bro. Oh, I get it. I don't have any cats. I have dogs. Homies, too. Dude, they're great. Cats and dogs are great. All right. I'm going to head out, guys. It's been real. You will see me around, brother. Yes, much love to you, bro. And thank you for such a beautiful and insightful question. And I'm so glad that I could help in answering it. But I love you guys so much. Thanks for being here. And again, good live, man. Thank you, bro. I hope to see you around too. I hope to see all you, all the real ones over here. But yeah, again, just before I go live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I hope to see you there. And also, I post a shitload of content on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, like every single day, and like long form videos on YouTube. So yeah, I hope to see some of your faces in there. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you, and